A true horror story. This is not an old myth, but a true event that happened a few years ago. In a remote village in Pakistan where dense trees line both sides of the road and a haunting silence falls after sunset, lived a young man named Aslam. Aslam worked in the city but visited his family in the village every month. The village elders always warned, "Do not cross the old canal and the pond after sunset, because that is where the Pichel Peri and wandering spirits reside." However, living a modern city life, Aslam dismissed these warnings as mere superstitions. One evening, Aslam got delayed leaving the city. By the time he reached the village bus stop, it was 12 a.m. The village road was completely dark, and a thick fog had rolled in due to the cold weather. The strangest thing that night was that not even a single dog was barking. There was an eerie, suffocating silence. Aslam started his motorcycle and headed toward his house. As he was passing by the old canal, his motorcycle engine suddenly died. He tried repeatedly, but the bike would not start. A sudden stranger. As Aslam stood there anxious, he suddenly heard the sound of someone crying near the bank of the canal. Looking closely through the fog, he saw a woman wearing white clothes, sitting with her head bowed, weeping bitterly. Thinking it was a stranded traveler in distress, Aslam walked closer and asked, "Sister, what are you doing here at this hour? Is everything all right?" The woman stopped crying, but she did not lift her face. In a deeply painful and heavy voice, she said, "My child fell into the canal. I cannot find my way. Please help me." Aslam's heart melted. He said, "Please step forward. I will drop you home." The horrific revelation. As the woman stepped out of the fog and into the dim moonlight on the road, the blood froze in Aslam's veins. The face. Her face was strangely pale and withered, but the most terrifying part was her eyes. They were completely inverted, with the white part facing up and the pupils facing down. The feet. When Aslam's gaze shifted to her feet in sheer terror, a scream escaped his throat. The woman's feet were completely backward, meaning her heels were at the front and her toes were at the back. She was not a human, but a terrifying Pichalperi. Terrified, Aslam stepped back and the creature began advancing toward him, laughing in a bizarre manner. Her laughter was so horrific that it echoed through the entire desolate area. Without a second thought, Aslam abandoned his motorcycle and ran toward the village as fast as his legs could carry him, reciting Ayatul Kursi under his breath. He felt as if someone was running right behind him, and he could feel a warm breath on his neck. Gasping for air, he reached the first house of the village and banged frantically on the door. The villagers rushed out, and by then the shadow had vanished. Aslam collapsed and fainted right there. The aftermath, Aslam suffered from a severe high fever for 3 days. Once he regained consciousness, he told the villagers the entire truth. The elders revealed that 2 or 3 other people had faced the exact same encounter at that spot, confirming that the area was truly haunted. His motorcycle was recovered from the canal bank the next morning, but after that night, Aslam never traveled alone on that road after dark. This is a completely true and factual story that the villagers still tell to this day.